Okay, I'm at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge. This is managed by Arcus Golf. We're at the pool. It's a 2025 budget that we're looking at today. Concrete staging. We can stage all along this here. Okay. Objective here is to replace this curb that goes along the sidewalk. You'll see that there's some blown out areas. Okay. And we can't just patch those up. We'd have to remove this curb. The trick to this though is that this curb was poured with the ramp. It's about a 5-foot wide ramp. Okay, we would have to saw cut the sidewalk here down all the way through so that we could pop off this curb, form and pour the concrete curbing back, and have this railing put back in it. So we'd have to form and pour with the railing inside the concrete. Okay, you can see though that the curbing ranges from like 6 to 8 inch depth all the way up to this part over here where it's more than a foot deep. It's like 2 foot deep. So we're gonna go with a 12-inch average on this entire curb here, so that way it's set deep enough. You can see they only poured right to there, so you know it goes from like 24 inches down to about 6 inches. But I want to make sure that we have this thing formed and poured correctly, and if it means digging it down a little bit to get this thing set right, that's what we would do. Okay, because the backfill, as you can see, isn't all the way up to the concrete, so then it shows underneath and it doesn't look good. Okay, so this is 57 feet of curb that we'd have to saw cut, and we probably would have to get actually no, we'd be able to saw cut the concrete here, because I doubt that this ramp is any more than 4 or 5 inches thick. So we'll saw cut as close as we can on the edge here, pop this curb out, and start new. I spoke to my customer here about this, Michelle, and I told her that, you know, we'll have a saw cut line on the inside of this curb going all the way down, so that way this can break free and not crack the ramp. And I told her that there's going to be a kind of a small strip of concrete close to the curb that's going to be a different color, because all this new curbing is going to be a different color, and we have to saw cut. We can't saw cut right to the very corner on the inside here. We'd have to, you know, we'll get close, but there'll be a little strip probably of some concrete here on the ramp that's going to be a different color. So 57 feet. Saw cut, remove 6-inch by 12-inch on average concrete, and that means we'll go all the way to that last railing right there besides the truncated domes here. So we'll try to cut there as best we can. Let's close the gate. Form and pour a 12-inch average by 6-inch wide concrete curbing. I just was thinking here. So 6 inches by 12-inch average, 57 feet long. Form and pour this, and if we can, try to get this concrete down into the dirt a little bit so we can kind of bury it, and then their backfill will look a little bit better. Have the railing still stay in the same place. I think that the after looking at it, it looks like they may have set the railing first, poured it second, and then tried to do some grout in the holes. So it's going to be the same type of thing. When we're all done, we need to take some Sikaflex or grout or something. That feels like concrete. And if we can't just pour right around the pole, which I think we will, if we can pour around it, then we don't need any grout. But if we have a space up top that's not covered, then we got to make sure we fill it. I'd imagine we could probably just pour the concrete and it'll just go right around the pole. Okay, there's also the chance they might have cored through the concrete and set that railing, and that's why you see these gaps. It's probably what really happened. Okay, so that's it. We have full access to this ramp, so it'll be easy to take the stuff out because it's 5 feet wide, the gate and down the ramp. I think that's it. So again, this is a budget for 2025. And any other questions, let me know.